Hello, and welcome back to Broerman Farmstead. It's the first week of June, and I'm finally getting my corn in. Sean was over last night, and we went and took that new to us 1240 John Deere planter and planted about 16 rows of sweet corn. I'll probably come back over the next couple weeks and plant an additional 8 to 12 rows of sweet corn. Last night I had just enough time to start planting the field corn in that same field, and the 1240 seemed to be working just fine. So I've been using the Warner's Alice Chalmers 185 to do most of this field work. So I hooked up my International 424 to the planter to plant with. This tractor's got plenty of horsepower to pull this 4-row 1240 planter, and it's also pretty nimble to turn around on the ends. I had to do just a little bit of work to this planter to get it prepared for planting our corn. When I bought it, it was set up for 38-inch rows, so I had to take them loose up here, loosen up some bolts in the bottom, and shift all these row units in to get them set up on 30-inch rows. Also, to go from a wider row to a narrow row, I had to take the wheels off and actually move them in as well. And the time it took to change that from wide rows to narrow rows, it's probably about 3 hours worth of work in the end. So we're going to put a little bit of gasoline in the 424 International and go out there and plant some corn. So while I've got the tractor filling up with gasoline, I'm going to go ahead and take the stop out. That way I can raise and lower the planter again, because right now it's in road transport mode. It's pretty easy. All I've got to do is take out this pin here, and that's all that's preventing this thing from lowering. We'll just let it sit on that piece of square tubing below it, and that's it. Now that cylinder can retract all the way, lowering the planter down. Well, the girls are outside today, hanging around their corner. We moved the broilers this morning, and we moved the laying hens yesterday. While I'm already off here adjusting some things, I'm going to go ahead and check which way the row markers are set to flip, because I'd planted up to here last night and I want the row marker to be on my right side, which, looking at now, would be this side. Put the planter down, and that's going to be the wrong side. Really easy to change. The row markers on these planters are controlled by this U that you bolt to the drawbar and these chains and spring. And those chains go up the planter to this unit right here. And those chains will pull on this guy either this way or this way, depending on which way you turn. And then it'll flip this one way or the other, which puts a little brake on this bigger chain. And that bigger chain runs down the tube and out to the bottom of the row markers, which is this right here. So when you raise and lower the planter, this whole unit will slide forward, giving the chain more slack to put the marker down. So in order to change it real quick up here without having to turn the tractor and do anything crazy, all I gotta do is flip this, and now it's on the other side. So I'm approximately halfway done with this field. It's not the biggest field. By the time I factor in the sweet corn, it's probably only going to be about 4.5 acres of field corn, which is good by me. I'm not sure yet this fall if we'll combine this corn or if we're going to pick it and put it in the crib. It all depends. Right now we've only got those 2 steers and I'm not feeding any other corn to anything else. So maybe I'll take all the corn at the Blue Ribbon feed mill in Carthagena and maybe put it on the corn bank to feed hogs for next year. I'm not really sure. So for these row markers, I found out after I got it adjusted right that I can't exactly run the center of the loader tractor down the row marker. I actually have to stay to where roughly the edge of my hood is lined up with the row marker and alternating either side. That way I get roughly 30-inch spacing between my new pass and my last pass. Flip around and go right back. And hopefully the row markers are right, so if I put her down, and perfect. A handful of times it's not flipped right and I've had to actually go back there and flip it manually myself, that way the correct row marker goes down. Well, what do you got there? Pizza. You got pizza for me? How about this? This is going really good. I'm just gonna come in and eat it with you. Does that sound okay? Yeah. All right, I'm gonna come inside and we'll eat some pizza. It's going good enough planting that I feel like I can take a little break, go in, spend some time with Ashley and the kids and eat some lunch together. So we'll see you back here in just a little bit. Well, lunch was good, but it's time to get back to planting. We're getting closer to the end, and I've noticed that a couple of the indicator tops for the seed hoppers are down all the way. I should have more than enough seed to finish planting this field out, but let's at least check. So we'll just pop this lid off, and yeah, there's still a decent amount in that one. I might level off these hoppers once. Yeah, I mean, there's considerably more in that one. Yeah, we're gonna move just a little bit of seed around between these hoppers, just so I don't have to worry about this. Yeah. Those two should be roughly about the same now. I'm sure that these might be planting slightly different. Maybe one's doing a little bit faster than the other, but I also wasn't the most exact when I went and put seed in the hoppers. I just kind of dumped a little in one, dumped a little in the other. So I had one bag between these two and one bag between those two. So evidently I favored one hopper over the other when I put the seed in. Let's go finish these last couple passes in this field. And then we're gonna go get one more seed and do something a little bit different up by the road. Every once in a while, I keep looking back to make sure that I can see that the shaft is spinning and it's still planting. Well, I finished getting all the seed changed over from corn to sunflower. And I'm just gonna go ahead and use the same plates. I'm gonna do a little test strip here in the driveway to make sure that they're planting out okay. And if they are, then we're just gonna go to the field. I mean, I'm not doing this for a cash crop. This is mostly just to have something fun up by the road to look at. All the neighbors can appreciate and I can appreciate it. And I can always come back in the fall and combine them and feed them to the cattle. So it's not that big of a deal. Sure, are they gonna produce as much as 4 rows of corn? No, not even close. But I'm not worried. It's only 4 rows and it's only about 600 feet long. Again, not too worried. Sometimes you just gotta do stuff for yourself, even if it doesn't make sense financially. Not saying to get carried away with things and get a little excessive, but putting a couple rows of sunflowers up by the road isn't gonna kill me by any means. All right, let's give it a check. And we got, I don't know. We got sunflowers in a row. Pretty high population. Whatever, it'll work. Good enough. I just mostly want to make sure that the seed wasn't getting cracked coming out of those plates, and it looks fine. Got her backed into the corner. Put them in. There we go. 4 rows of sunflowers up by the road. Hopefully those come up pretty good and look nice this year. Well, that's it. We've got sweet corn planted. We will have to go back and plant 2 more times, but it's going to be a lot less sweet corn. We got all our field corn planted and 4 rows of sunflowers up by the road. But that's it for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We can do a lot here, but we can't grow this channel without your help. Thank you, and have a good day.